All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Bad Day Trader here, and we are live again. Today is April 22nd, 2025, Tuesday, and we're just gonna be explaining what happened yesterday so we can get a better picture of what might happen today, where we're at in price and in space. So, yesterday we just had a downtrend that pretty much held all day, and then a late day squeeze, a late day rally there, and then we found ourselves back testing the session and weekly VWAP, and tested it, retraced from it, and then broke through, and we back tested just right there. So back test and a nice strong run off of the session and monthly VWAP there, until they pretty much started to separate. So they started separating right about where, well, obviously when the new day started. So they started separating, and then now this is just the weekly, the session VWAP, and then we have the monthly up here, which can be a target if we start trending higher all day long. And then here's the open. So breaking above the weekly, back testing it, and then having a strong run. And then we have a retracement for this big, large run there. That was pretty much from the weekly, about 200 points. So retraced here. Starting to find some pivots here. And then retested the session VWAP, bounced off that as well. And we're waiting to make a new high and set our direction here. So there's a bit of a box there, kind of going sideways for the last few hours. And then got a strong push into it, trying to see if we can break above. And we can definitely set our gap that we left yesterday as well. Maybe you would want to go and close that gap. So just keep in mind there's a gap there, and that's right where the monthly VWAP is. So maybe we get a tap of that. If we start seeing some nice bullish momentum. So this is how I have it framed so far. We can definitely come in back test this. We can test this bottoms where the VWAP is, and we'll see. As of right now, we have bullish momentum since the ending of yesterday, so maybe we can continue this bullishness and possibly retrace all the way to the gap open and the monthly VWAP up there. So looking for longs, and we get a pullback to the round number here, and it's holding so far. Let's see if we get a push up here, maybe a retrace and a break above this. And the first target we should be setting 18,300. It looks like we're about to tap this round number 18.2 right there. So looking for a long, see if we can get a good price, and we'll just take it slow today. We will just take it slow today. Ultimately, we are trying to see higher prices. We're trying to trade to close this gap and test this monthly VWAP up there. So for me, that's the goal. Try to go ahead and test that up there. So I'm possibly looking to get long, but I want a deeper retracement. I know it's kind of building something like this, but this is the middle here. So I know there's a swap zone there where they were kind of shorting, and then they broke above that, and then now they're buying there. But I wanted to retrace maybe a little bit deeper so I can have a stop behind these pivots here and behind the VWAP. So let's see if we get a deeper pullback. I might have to press the issue. But we'll see if it comes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see right now. Let's see. I do like this round number up here. That's kind of holding. All right. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, we might come back all the way down here. So, but I'm nicely holding this round number. It could bleed a little bit and then hold and then go. So somewhat struggling there. Definitely waiting for like some type of lift off and to see where we're at. Okay, back at these highs. I do want to start breaking these highs. Definitely didn't want to see no equal highs there. Okay, getting a retracement here, but still holding this pressure there, so it's good for us. See if we can launch off of that pressure there, and if we don't make a new high, then they're gonna start to seem weak and maybe retrace deeper. So we definitely want to start making this new high soon. Let's see this pop. Let's see this pop here. Slow down clustering. So kind of a snap, crackle, pop. And let's get to at least this first round number up here. Break this. Break that pivot over there. That'll get everybody kind of riled up. You can go for a little more. Definitely go for a little more. Round number is just right there. All right. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Let me get rid of this. I'm looking at these fresher pivots and we get a little shallow pullback to that. Could be another entry there. Looks like we're pushing through this round number pretty soon. And yeah, we pushed through that high there pretty easily. Thought I copied that already, but let's see. All right, here's a little disclaimer as well. I am not a financial advisor, I'm just here for educational purposes. And whatever you do on your trades, that's totally on you, and it always should always be on you. I'm just talking about how the market should be moving and basic technical analysis. This isn't advice for you to be selling your house and making a whole bunch of money trying to sell your house or whatever. But yeah, just know that every trade involves risk, and you can lose more money than you put in with futures. So, and yeah, thanks for watching the stream. But back to here. Oh, perfect. This is insane. Well, there's another 60 points that I didn't make. Well, so I pretty much took the long down here, so I'm up like 75 points. But I definitely could have held through that one, huh, guys? I was looking for a re-entry. That's the kind of the problem with kind of the problem when if you don't hold, they're hard. It's hard to re-enter. And I took 70 points out of it, but definitely could have, at least for the 100 that I usually go for. An extra 60 points here would be nice. It's definitely looking like we broke our first target there. It was looking like we want to get our second target at 18,300 or get damn close to it. So could just get them right under there, and we'll see. But yeah, broke this pivot here that we had lined up for ourselves, and then these fresher pivots broke as well. I was looking for that pullback to the pivots that were more recent and get another entry there for this move up. It's kind of one of those situations where two contracts would be better for one to get out and then leave a runner, but that's all right. I'm probably gonna get chewed up by my mentor for not holding this, and he's gonna be like, why didn't you hold the runner when you clearly see it breaking out? But ran up there for us for about 240 points. I got 75 points out of it. If it runs for the 200 points there, 200 divided by 3 times 2. Yeah, if it runs for the 200 points, I would have only gotten 1/3 of this piece. And realistically, 2/3 of a whole move is kind of what you want to be trying to aim for. So I could have at least held for the break of this round number. So somewhere around here, 120 would be almost 2/3. I would have been happy with that. But let's look for another entry long. Maybe we can get a pullback all the way down here. We'll see. Looks like these shallow pullbacks might form some type of shelf. So yeah, we got 75 points out of that so far, but we're gonna keep on trading, and I'll be trading on the other side of my screen. But yeah, 75 points. Could have been more. It should have been more. But it's all right. We are moving along here. What is that? Okay, getting a pullback there, but we'll see how deeper we go. Is all right. Let me throw on my headphones. I think I did. Let's put on some Samurai Champloo type music for myself. Samurai Champloo. I don't know if you guys, maybe my stream will get taken off, but what is some good music right here, honestly. But yeah. Okay, you're getting that deeper pullback to the round number there. We could come all the way down to where some of these pivots are though. Maybe we'll come back to where this cluster was left. And that might hold. If I can get a deeper pullback here. It's already holding at the round number there, so that's why I think it's important to mark out your round numbers. They hold and they are targets. They can become entry points, places you want to hide your stops at, and places you want to take your targets at as well. So there is a bit of a kind of a noise level or a grace that I like to give these round numbers. That's usually about 20 points, and the more volatility there is, the greater that can be. Sometimes I've seen kind of 40 points of like noise, and yeah, meaning so say you are using it as an entry, there can be noise level where it doesn't hold exactly. It might bleed over or overrun the round number for about a few points, and you just want to accommodate that. And that's the way I kind of see things. Or if you're looking at it as a target, sometimes it'll overrun the round number, and that way you can set your targets maybe about 20 points, 30 points higher. For example, my first trade in the morning was to get to the round number. I didn't hold, obviously, but usually what I'll do is hold to the round number and then give it like 20 to 30 points more. So like right here would be my exit on the first trade that I took. So it would have been for about 130. But I am building this small account of $1,000, so I'm trying to take the profits while I see it, which isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing, but I think once I have enough of a buffer, then I wouldn't mind holding for some of these that I usually do anyways. Okay, so we're trying to see how deep this retracement is going to be. Outer band would be nice, but these round numbers are pretty magical at this point. All day yesterday we've been hitting our targets, and I would assume today we're going to be doing the same. So next up is this round number there. If we can keep the momentum up. So we do have this monthly VWAP. I'm pretty sure we might tap by the end of the day or get kind of close to it. It would be nice to retrace a little deeper here, at least the 20 EMA. What is this that as? It is a, yeah, I believe it's 20 EMA. So the 20 EMA, if it can come back to the 20 EMA, but looks like it's holding this round number and it might pop here soon. So maybe we can kind of poke these guys below a little bit and then go. It'll be a way better entry down here. Could use this shallow pullback as a platform for us to kind of go. All right, looks like the round number is holding there for us. Looks like it wants to just go straight to 18,300 there. I was just looking for a deeper pullback. But yeah, good entry there as well. Would have already been working out for 50 points there, so Dun, 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 dun. All right, pretty straightforward day today as well. Just looking for deeper pullbacks, shallow pullbacks if they're the right setup. And next stop is this round number. And we'll see if we close this gap up here. So there is a gap up here. Just looking for some deeper pullbacks though as well. This outer band right here would have been nice at this cluster. Just a few more points, like 10 points below the round number. It gives you a good amount of staying power. Yeah, you could see this work out. Okay, we're getting a little bit of an alternate pullback here, so shallow pullback looks like it's gonna be popping this soon. Yeah, looks like that pullback is working. Should come up and tap this round number. Should just go for us. A lot of momentum to the upside, so a bullish momentum. Definitely not looking for any shorts. You're not looking for any shorts unless you get a change and a clear momentum to the downside. And yeah, you get some type of momentum shift or a structure that is breaking some pivots and a nice strong run to the downside, then maybe you want to look for a short. But keep in mind, momentum is up. Momentum is up, so don't want to be trading against momentum. Still, this little alternative pullback is look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Last minute entry. We caught that. Like, this is nice. Catch like what? 50 points at that. That'd be nice. Last little entry. Retest of the shelf. One little last retest of the shelf. And then we're going. So that's a nice. I was looking at this right now too. Like, oof. Catch that for, you could even catch it. You could even, like I said, take this trade to break this round number up here. So maybe you want to set up your target just above there and catch 75 points out of it. I mean, that's decent. That's really nice. All right. All right, cool. So both of our trades that we were looking at, this one didn't come deeper for us, but this one worked out, and then this one is beautiful right now. It's building us a platform. It came and retested the platform, and now it's working. And I'm guessing we're gonna break through this round number. We're really gonna be trying to close this gap up here. Seems like the market is very adamant, or it's very goal oriented to close this gap up here. You can tell by the momentum there. So yeah, so trading test to close the gap. This already would have been another 50 points. I'm guessing it's gonna go for more. But for me, 50 points on a shallow pullback trade there is perfect. And yeah, I should have probably been in that trade. easy day, easy week so far, honestly. It's not that hard to read the market and pick some spots for entries and targets. It's very easy. Reading the market like a book and setting expectations on what the market should do, where it's going, and forming ideas around what you see on the left side of the chart so you can project that on the right. And the first trade here worked out for 200 points, so could have held this runner, maybe enter on these. This little platform here was holding above this pivot, so this pivot got created, retraced, broke above the pivot, and then started holding that pivot as a platform. Retest one more time and then launched. So perfect, easy day. I recommend you going to the beginning of this live and watching it all over again, how I broke it down, what I saw, what I'm keeping track of, what pivots are important to me. How did I decide if momentum is up or where the trend is headed, what targets I'm choosing and laying out for myself, what structures I'm using. Yeah, so far it's just bullish momentum. There was a box here and another box there, so kind of a range extension as well, where it creates a range, breaks out, another range, breaks out, another kind of range right there and breaks out. So just following the trend, following the momentum, and taking taking the best, trying to take the best entries and pointing out the best entries that I see. Clean up my chart for a little bit. So another target there, getting tapped now, and we might be looking for some longs here because the market could just leave without us at this point, and we might not get deeper pullbacks, but I want to look for a deeper pullback. Definitely look for a deeper pullback. See if this shelf holds. Maybe we'll go all the way down to the round number or just above it, creating just a slightly higher high there. And maybe we'll start getting some bullish activity here and then go higher. If we can get the pullback, would be nice. Looking for another entry, so pretty easy day, honestly. Not too bad, it's not crazy. Momentum up, follow the trend, look for deeper pullbacks. This shallow pullback here with this shelf of a retest of this pivot once it broke was beautiful. Very nice. Here I'm just looking for maybe just a break of this shelf, get some people out, but ultimately leaving us a higher low, a higher pivot to this one there. And we're looking to close this gap and possibly retest our monthly VWAP. So pretty straightforward day. I've already got 70 points out of it. Not too bad. I could have held for more though. It's what I should have done, what I usually do. But I am growing this small account, so I'll take my points when I can. And yeah, we're possibly just working our way up here, retesting this shelf again. It's probably establishing that as support. But we'll see. We'll see if we kind of get a bit of a dip, get a better price, and then go. But not too bad. We just started pretty much trending higher since the end of the day yesterday. So this trend started yesterday, and just probably gonna close this gap. And then we do also have another gap above that one, and that was made, I don't remember if it was on Monday. We also have this gap as well that the market could be looking to close as well this week. So that's at 1900 or 18900. So it's really not that far off. There's a gap up there as well, so really not that far off. So we'll see if we close that this week as well. The market is really wanted to close this gap. You can tell this shelf held again, so building us a shelf there. And as soon as we close the gap and test the VWAP, we're gonna have to look for new ideas. Yeah, really bullish momentum. Really nice, really nice. So there's another trade there. My trade's kind of hard to get into right now because it's not giving me any deeper pullbacks, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Yeah, market's been very tamed. The scale is still large. We're still getting 100, 200 point moves, but the speed in which it's doing that, it's not that bad. It's very tamed, very slow. It wasn't like 2 weeks ago where the speed and scale were out of control, and it's just tough to trade that. But right now it's good. Right now it's really good. All right, back at this round number again. So remember, mark your round numbers. They're very important. Very important to mark your round numbers. You can use them as targets and entries. Pretty much I did for this trade there, so not bad. Do have an order waiting here because I was planning on entering there, but it didn't, so actually let's put this on sim. And we're just kind of waiting for this gap fill pretty much, unless we see something change and we start seeing really strong moves to the downside, breaking a lot of pivots, then we might take a short and possibly test this session VWAP down there, but I don't think that's likely. I think we're just really do want to close this gap, so that's pretty much the idea for the session. Honestly, once we get there, it's, if you didn't make any points on this and you're kind of trading after the main objective of the market is over, it's going to be a little tricky. And also, the later in the progression of this trend and the higher it is, the less these trades are compelling, because they can definitely switch up on you at the end of the day. So pretty much just like what happened here, we had a downtrend, and then towards the end of the day we just had a reversal, catching everybody who was late selling, caught them on the wrong side and they squeezed them out, also profit taking. So definitely don't want to be late to the trend. You want to be early. Yeah, we're just waiting. Okay, holding up here at this round number. And like I said, round numbers are important. You can use them as targets and entries. This is classic alternative pullback, where it builds this flat shelf there, comes back to retest it right there, and then launches off. That would have been what, 50 points? Yeah, 50, 60 points. That's pretty good on a shallow pullback trade like that. And on these ones, you're not risking much. You're really just sticking a very tight stop behind these pivots there. And your risk reward is very nice when they work out. Alright, having trouble to get past this round number here. We're at 18,300, so having some trouble. Did show some strength off this shelf. We might come back to poke below it. Maybe regroup at this other round number down here at 18,200. Could possibly go from there. Let's see what kind of attempt they're gonna make here to possibly break this. and go higher. But yeah, you're still able to take your trades and hold them for long. Like, the scale is still there. Should be holding it for longer targets, bigger targets. 100 points probably minimum. Let me clean up my chart. And looks like we might be testing this shelf again. I'm gonna mark that blue because it's been a bit important now. So if it breaks, that's fine. We're just gonna try to hold this round number here, possibly, or a higher low. But we'll see. We'll see if we make another attempt here to break. So far since the open, we've moved up 150 points. There's really not that much to go to close this gap, just about another 150. So it's very, very doable, very easy. I see that in the next couple hours. And we are definitely chilling to some Samurai Champloo, so let's see what we get all day. So session VWAP, weekly VWAP, and monthly VWAP there. So just trying to get a tap of that. And that'll probably be it. After that, we'll see if the market continues on. Maybe we'll start to try to get closer to this gap. And then maybe by Friday it'll be closed. And let me check the Forex Factory for anything. Even see, I'd even look. I think we're good. There's nothing really going on. Nope. Pretty much good for the week, honestly. Okay, so let's see if we hold this shelf again. Pretty much held it here. Looks like a higher low. There's nothing about this market that's telling to short. There's no shorts here, so definitely do not want to be shorting this. Yeah, you don't want to be calling tops. You don't want to. There's nothing. There's no shorts. There's no shorts at all. So momentum up and just roll with the flow, basically. These two trades here though are perfect. Breaking through the round number and coming back right to the tick. Here as well, breaking through the round number, coming right back to the tick. And then here going to the round number. So we'll see if this shelf holds. If not, that's fine. I'll pick this up on a discount. Somewhere here, may possibly stick my stop behind the round number as well as this pivot, so I'll have some sort of safety. And if that doesn't work, then we can come back all the way down here to the session VWAP and it'll be one circular wave, and we'll be looking to maybe get in on those two. But here we go. Looks like the shelf is holding there again for us. So we get a test, another retest, and we'll see how strong they are here. It is in between two round numbers. It is like at right in the middle. So last week, these trades were definitely getting ran over. They were getting ran over like instantly. So that's why I'm not kind of taking them right now. I'm gonna probably wait another week to start trading more the ideas that I would, but just gonna wait another week. Okay. Let's look at where we're at on the grand scheme of things. So yesterday I pointed out that when we were downtrending that we were gonna tap these pivots here below, here and here, and we did that, but we kind of overran that, so kind of a V shape there, bit of a fogo from these pivots, so kind of a fogo and then rejecting there at the bottom. Yep. So what I'm looking at is we're going all the way to tap this up here. And we've been downtrending since the highs, basically. I think we just tapped like 24, was it? Yeah, 25-ish. And just been downtrending. I thought this was the floor here when we had all these right here. I thought that was the floor. And no, the market said you thought. Have some pivots down there. Now we're just trying to work our way back up. So there's just a bigger scaled out version, zooming out there a little bit just to see where we're at. And here we are with the shelf holding one more time. They should pop through here. I doubt if they don't pop through here and they come back to it, it will possibly break and then maybe go lower. So we should break through here on this attempt. We'll see what they're made of here. I would like it to break and maybe possibly give me an entry there. That way I can participate in the close of the gap. Yeah, that'd be a good spot. But if they don't, then they're gonna look kind of weak at this level. They'll look weak, and I really don't see them why they'll try to defend this one more time. What's going on now? Why all of a sudden you want to be whack? Let's do this instead. Go here, there. Why all of a sudden you never had issues and then now you want to have issues? I have to fight you. All right. All right. So building a box here. Let's see if we break out. Let's see if we break out. Hmm. It's not unusual that the market goes sideways for a bit. Um, just gathering energy. Shut up. Just gathering energy. So we could usually you just grab the box and you move it right on top. You get a double the range once it breaks. Pretty easy, simple day, sort of like yesterday, except yesterday was a downtrend. Today's just an uptrend. But same setup, same structures. Yesterday we had pretty much the same thing. So pretty much we're in this phase. We're in this box and then we're not just breaking out. So yesterday was range extension. Would go sideways, extend, would go sideways and then extend. And then here we just got a deeper pullback and then a nice run to the bottom there to the round number. And then sideways, except this one, change of structure. Went sideways for, let's see, longer than the others, but for about 2 hours and then decided to break to the upside, retest the VWAP, the session and the weekly, and then broke above it and then back tested the weekly VWAP, found a lot of strength, built the base there. So we can drag this across. Pretty much broke above that pivot, came back. So the same thing that we saw today where it had a pivot, it broke and back tested the pivot and then it holds the shelf, goes one more time. This move here, this whole thing is on our larger scale, but everything that you learn can be put into a small scale or a large scale. If I pulled a 5,000 tick chart, I can show you the same things on a 255. So this move here, this structure of breaking above a pivot, holding that and retesting and holding the shelf, basically is this move here where it this one actually, like here. So where this pivot, right? It broke above the pivot, back tested, build a shelf. Same thing. You can even see it as broke the pivot, back tested, build a shelf. So whichever back test you want to use, whether it's this one or that one. And we're just making our way higher now. So let's see if we get a double the range. Another shallow pullback there. Could possibly go from the shallow pullback. It's at the round number. So a quick break of the round number, back test, and then go. If we get another push here. Strange. That's never done that before. Great. Now I have to go and look and take that off somewhere. Oh, I know why. I'm also on the desktop. Okay, let's see if we get that pop here. It could come back down, but I suspect them to hold this if they want to kind of not look weak and continue to close this gap. They will get another pop here at least, and then maybe separate a little more from the round number, and we should be able to hold this round number once it separates fairly easy. I don't need to keep this open. Close that out. All right, cool. So finally getting that pop we were trying to basically see. And I kind of want a little more out that. At least, what, 50 points. And it's 50 points is right about here. Yeah, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing higher. That way we don't look weak. And a tap of the bottom side of the gap would be beautiful to see. And then from there, it's definitely gonna just close. So let's go there and we can reduce risk. And then we're this. Yep, right there. Be perfect. Let's push on the shallow pullbacks. So what I want to see is it trending on shallow pullbacks. I don't want to see that deeper pullback just yet. I want to see it separate just a little bit more and then possibly retest the round number one more time, as well as these pivots that I broke out of. We might get some bleed over, but ultimately holding. So, but lately we haven't been getting that bleed over. So they've been holding to the damn near tick. Here, this round number held to the damn tick. And here it held to the damn tick. And I think yesterday was doing that a lot as well. I think yesterday was, yeah, so to break through and then come back. This one had a little bit to go, but held. This one goes to the tick. This one doesn't even make it back to the round number. And then it goes to the round number and then it holds that bottom. So we should be a-okay. Let's get one more push out this. And that would be, yeah, it would be good for me. That way I can close this trade and catch that deeper pullback, whether it bleeds down here or whatever. But yeah, I would like to see it hold this shallow pullback. Maybe we're gonna hold that pivot on top and go. It's not what I want to see, but whatever. Can still hold. Yeah, they don't want to come back into this space here because it's gonna look weak, and we're gonna have to find another support level to defend it. Well, it definitely won't be this one. That's gonna get. I mean, it could, but I would expect it to just run right through that because they've already been stacking up here. So yeah, they kind of need this to go without going too much. Okay, what should I do here? You know what? I think I don't mind. Where do you go here? Okay. Let's give it one. Let's give it one more chance to see what they want to do here. Okay, cool. It should bring some power to this right now. So should be some force here. If not, they don't want to leave a lower high. That's gonna look very bad and very ugly. You'll see this collapse all the way down here, maybe even further. And the problem with that is it's gonna take more effort to close these gaps. And I don't think they want to wait because these gaps are old. Well, not this one. This one's from yesterday. It's just kind of getting old. And the one that's really getting old is this one. And it's kind of like it's a thing the market has to like take care of. It's like it has to take care of business basically. Doesn't have to, but it's like a chore, that nagging chore you don't want to do. I might as well get at least the first one. Get the chores done, you know? Let's make a new high. If we make a new high, man, that'd be perfect. I want to see. You can see that there's sellers here, but we could just use them as energy to pop right through that. Should see some aggressive bars. You should see some kind of aggressive bars like that. Pretty vertical through there. And then luckily there were some people who bought this as a discount. And I want to see some verticals all the way up to the gap there. All right. Let's break through this high now and go all the way to the gap. What I would like to see is just do it very quickly and then just game over. That's the ideas of the day are done. And we'll work on closing the one that's on the one for Monday, tomorrow or something. And that way that can be an easy day a day trading day as well. All right. Took some off right there. I was trying to get in on this entry here as well. Actually, looks like we're closing that gap now. All right. I'm up about 100 points, so I could probably take it easy now. I mean, it should be way more, honestly. To be honest, this is easy as day, but whatever. Just taking it slow. Actually, I'm up like 110 points, to be honest. Da, 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 da. Yeah, 110 points on the day. That's it's about 2,000 bucks. And then I'm trading my personal account on micros, so about 200. And then what I want to do with that one is build the buffer, maybe like 1,500 bucks. So it'll take me like maybe another week or two, depending, maybe like another week or two, and then I'll switch to minis, and then that way I can build that account faster. And then I also have these Apex accounts that I'm working on. And I wanna throw a straight to funded Tradeify in there. And I'll just work on these 5 accounts. Get them to PAs. And then trade 5. I think 5, around 5 real accounts. That's 5 minis basically. Like even if you're making 50 points a day, which is, it's not a lot. 50 points is not a lot. 100 to 200 points a day is kind of what the market is dishing out as far as like opportunities. So like around there is what you want to make. So we're holding this as well. So again, on a small scale, break above the pivot, hold the pivot, and we should hold that. Should kind of lift off there. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy, not too difficult. Nice, easy trending days. Should just be taking all sorts of longs and just holding them. Clean that up. So after this gap is filled and we've tapped the monthly VWAP, it's kind of Objective of the day is completed, so it's kind of we have to look for something else, like a reversal, or if it continues to trend higher, I guess take those. But I mean, we've been in this trend since yesterday. That's about what is that? Like we already moved up 600 points, actually, maybe more. Let's see, yeah, 650 ish. Maybe the trend is getting old. Maybe you'll start seeing everyone take profit and sell up there. We'll see. Could bleed over a little bit. Maybe it'll come to this round number up there, and then that'll be the last of the energy that it has. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So yeah, we're just waiting for this gap close. So a few targets up there. We should see it just pop and close. All right. We're just pretty much waiting on the market to close this gap. Pretty much, I think I'm done for the day. Unless the market starts doing some craziness and speed starts to pick up in here. Um, yeah, pretty much that was just the goal of the day was to close this gap, tap the monthly VWAP. And right now we're getting this alternative pullback. It's getting grindiness and we should see a pop, whether that's up or down. All right, well, we're pretty much done with the morning session. I'll probably keep my streams up, but I'm gonna end the stream here. Um, if you're rewatching this, I recommend you watch it from the beginning because I lay the market out like reading a book, so very easy to read. Maybe you'll pick up on some few things and you can use them in your trading sessions. But I'll probably continue trading if I see something I like. But as of right now, I think the stream is over because we're at the goal of the day. The objective was to come up into this gap. Still a little bit more to close, but I'm sure we'll do that by the end of the day. And I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on the market to see if we can maybe find some more bullishness, come all the way to 18.5, and we'll keep an eye on this gap for the week to see if we come up and close that as well. But yeah, up 110 points. Could have done a lot better. Could have held a lot of these trades. This one could have been held for at least two, and then this one for another 40 points at least. So yeah, not too bad today. If you guys want to see me trade live and hear me describe the market the way I see it, then just come join me in the morning and just trade alongside me and yeah. So later, guys.